So, getting a little bit of a late start, a little bump on the schedule back. But anyway, Micropub. So right now, most of the Micropub spec is about editing posts. Posts. You already know what post it is you want to edit. Right. So for this works fine for some things, and at least like the mechanism works pretty well. But when you're talking about actually building an app to content on your site, you need more than just edit. You need to like So what I mostly want to what I want to document here is like what do apps like and what apps for editing posts need. APIs are there that you got already or are similar. How much of Micropub is there already, and how can we, as an extension, to support that use case? So, a simple example, which has come up a few times now over the years, is to get the list of posts so you can tap one and edit it. So I think it's a great place to start. And then when we're talking about editing posts, other be better that would be nice to add as well. As we have Micropub wiki page, which brainstorming and Micropub extensions. The current bunch of different things we've been thinking about that are not yet well established. So sharing for information is basically where this comes up. It looks like the query for post list is in here already. Clients wanting to get a list of posts to edit. Somebody has actually come to this already. We've been thinking about like getting lists of people, getting lists of places. You need to find a list of places to check into.
I do a run of my dollar because I have one of those cards. Entire day. Almost it.
Oh, weird.
Oh no, it will work again. Sorry.
Yeah, mine doesn't, and the lights will stop. So the process is basically let's capture and then brainstorm like or document existing things, and then brainstorm what could this look like in the Micropub spec. And I want to add, but I want to focus on things that are driven by actual use cases and brainstorm all day long about fun features to add to the spec, but it's not actually useful to do that unless they're driven by an actual need interface. You have app.
I do.
And it supports editing, posting, yeah, right now, right?
Right. I haven't run to this because I don't allow editing in the iOS app of Micropub blog yet. You have to go on the web to edit. I never really ran into the post list issue because I kind of know everything already, like I have. And so the app list never came up. But it's definitely something that, and this came up last week, and we talked about this in the chat a little bit about where's it the Mac for posting your blog, how it supports Micropub would be great for some Micropub server and to make Micropub more widespread, but there's a couple things that it's not one of the getting a list of posts. On the server, I support Micropub for posting and uploading photos and all the basic stuff. The XMRPC MetaBlog API has and things like the big one is really the MetaWeblog. It's what it's called. It was designed to literally just give you like the last 10 posts. It's been expanded slowly, and I know newer versions of WordPress have kind of extensions to that where you can actually page through and get all the posts. It takes a while. You can make multiple calls. It just depends on if your software supports that. But that for Micropub, yeah.
Mars edit. Does it support like getting the recent posts, or does it actually support the full paging, finding all the?
In the latest version he just released last week, it supports the full paging. Works it. Yeah, it's really, I think, I have to double check, but I think the MetaWeblog API actually does not support it.
Yeah.
It's like basically the way, who's familiar with XMRPC? XMRPC is pretty old standard for posting to blog and getting posts. It's XML based, it's a little bit verbose. Somehow it has survived for whatever decade. It's almost 10, 15 years. And it is, the original version was called the Blogger API. And so all the calls were like blogger.get recent posts. It was like some improvements to it. And so it is sort of our MetaWeb dot or new post. And then WordPress comes along, and WordPress has WP dot get recent posts. So every blogging platform, same API, but they all have their own flavor. So the paging works that way. The MetaWeb API it does not support paging. Posts you want, but you could say the last 200 posts, but so.
Okay. So do a sense of like what's the bare minimum for would find.
Just doing that, just get recent posts, I think would be the bare minimum, because it's something that the servers is that did 100 posts. So
okay,
that's a start. I think paging thing to watch, and whether that's there beginning or not. For the most part, I mean, if you think about the use case, the user experience for someone hitting post recently. For me, I rarely go back and edit a blog post 3 years ago, but every once in a while I do.
Most of the edits to my really old posts are things like saying, hey, this post is out of date. There's some information about this topic here. Saying that. It's into the really old stuff. So, like, I like to be able to do that kind of stuff in a mobile app.
Right.
Like I don't mind going to like my storage files to edit that. Mobile editing is just mistype someone's name or misspell something. And like I want to fix it quickly. Go to my computer, find my phone.
No. I think that's I think they can only be used. Okay. There's definitely more in the room.
5 seconds. My computer minimizing its macro. Right.
You may want to, because I know there's multiple networks, but you have to reconnect sometimes, but I haven't had to re-enter mine. Yeah, I think that is exactly, that's how I did as well. It's like quick edits to the thing I posted today or maybe yesterday. Always fall back on whatever. I mean, they use WordPress. They obviously can go into admin and edit some posts 2 years ago. So I don't think that's kind of a nice to have.
Okay, so these, so this is the MetaWeb API.
Yeah.
Micropub's normal create. We actually do have an edit.
Yep.
We do have this, which is getting the source of the post to edit before we apply the edit to retrieve that. And there again.
Oh, sorry, that's my.
And then I guess this is the uploading the photo. Cool. So we have a mapping. Well,
yeah.
And then.
My memory of that is that for password, weblog API, one of the issues with it is it just sets a password.
Yeah.
Just like the password, like here it is, and if you're not SSL, like text. I think that I call give user info before I do anything else. I think that's why I call that. So. It does kind of what you think. I think it just returns basic user information.
Like that Micropub.
And I don't think you do that.
Yeah, because the authentication happens separately.
Right.
Turns at least the URL of the person. Or somewhere over there.
And yeah, so basically, so there's like, this is kind of what I was talking about with like the WordPress variation. In the iOS app, I detect whether I think it's WordPress, and it is, then I use like WP new post instead of weblog new post. New post allows you to set like the post format, like is it a status, is it a, it's like, there's like status, quote, post types, those kinds, whatever you want to call it. So I use WordPress's kind of flavor of new post. Those kinds, those types, those formats, it's really kind of confusing, I think, to a lot of people. And they like get terms is I use to get the category list. That's another thing as part of this.
Oh, it looks like in the iOS app.
Oh yeah. So yeah, so like it's useful to be able to get up to what categories you have. And then as you're supposed to just say like I want it to go into photos, I want it to go into whatever categories you have.
Is there one for choosing tags, or tags always freeform? Or I guess you don't.
I don't support them, so I'm not.
Don't support tags.
I'm not sure, but I mean WordPress certainly does, and it has the concept of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way I'm doing tags right now is it's freeform, so as I do making them up, but there's no autocomplete and no.
Right.
Yeah. I kind of would like these. Want to choose text from a list because that's kind of defeats the purpose of tags.
There's usually way too many.
But autocomplete I think is useful because I can do like in the and then tab and it's.
But isn't that's on the client side? Your current server side is tell you what tag has.
So it basically needs an autocomplete API in order for that to work well.
Autocomplete there or tag API that tells you what tags are there for the autocomplete be on the client.
Depends. This is so long that it's probably not practical to ship it the whole thing to the client. Autocomplete API would be a useful thing. Anyway, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's start with a simple case.
And the smart edit has similar UI as that, where you type in some tags and it does autocomplete from the server, or just autocomplete from things you've done. It's free form, as you would think tags would be.
pictures of the Micropub blog. So, is that it?
It's the best way for me to, should I airplay briefly?
You could play to it, yeah.
Okay.
Send me links, because if it's links, then I can link to screenshots and put it in the notes.
Okay. So I'm having it right now. I'll show you just a screenshot. Or should I now?
IRC.
Okay.
One use less than at a time. It's not just use it for two. Okay. And then we were in a bit of boxes off. So I think that's what's up. That's why I kept the card in my pocket and said, you know, that's fine, but I just wanted to. My terminus. Maybe somebody found it on the table where I left.
Tab for this.
Question, but
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Screenshot workflow, so I'm just going to really. Let's see.
First message takes a minute.
Having you're kind of configured for the first time and then it kind of remembers. In theory, you'd be able to easily go back and change this. Right now, you kind of have to tap around a couple times to change it. Sign in, that's what it does. You assume you want one post format for everything. I just use that. Whereas WordPress allows you to. And then show.
That's fine. Okay, so Mars that is like this kind of tags, and is that the same? It's a little
token.
so, yeah.
Capsule token, yeah.
And then
so
categories.
So some of this is WordPress specific. I am posting to WordPress on this.
Oh, and does it know that it's talking to WordPress at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Mars Edit has when you enter your blog and to guess what Micropub blog does, it tries to guess is it Tumblr, which is a completely API, Pub like Blogger, Pub, and if not, and then Fulcon web blog. And if meta web blog goes back to Blogger, one of the funny things about the Blogger API is there was no title actually. It was kind of like simple. It was like simpler, and so it detects that there's that whole title thing is gone. Title tags, it's all.
Okay. Okay.
That was the one.
Well, now it's a medium sense.
Okay, so in order to support we need at the very least. Oh yeah, where's the interface where it shows the posts?
Oh, sorry, I did a screenshot.
Yeah, let's get that one up here too. So, and I'm also curious about the server options thing. Once you need
Way some of this don't apply, but basically the way it thinks about things is to your left, you can have the logs configured. And I have right, you have your post list. It actually basically pulls everything. So like as you flip it, it'll preview. It knows the HTML for the post, it knows the category and stuff like that. You just double click it. Everything down, and then you can have local search with your post too.
Okay, so in order to make this work, we need a list. To make this list. So API to get recent posts, and then that API for paging or older posts by edit date.
I can't remember.
This one looks like it's sort of published date.
Yeah, like reverse. Well, but I don't know if that's actually good. It is, because if it's recent posts,
That makes
what you'd
sense.
expect, yeah.
Thing interface like this, we need the categories, which is interesting. Every site even supports that concept.
Right, and in fact, micro.blog doesn't.
If there aren't, does this panel just empty?
It's just blank.
Server options
Yeah.
between post and author comments.
And post status would be like
Right. Draft,
there,
yeah.
whatever.
Do you have an equivalent of that for micro.blog?
Say it again.
Do you have something like this for micro.blog?
It's either published or it doesn't know about it.
Do you want support basically?
I don't know, to be honest. I feel like right now, like the iOS and the Mac app for micro.blog support draft on client and not on server.
Okay.
I think I'm going to keep it that way just for simplicity, but prefer it on the server.
I started adding draft post support to my site and then also the Quill, but only posts for short notes.
Okay.
So I have this just published in draft. I actually use this a lot because I often start a post here, but then I like code spit or I'm like embedding or I'm trying to do something that this interface doesn't support. So I want to be able to save it as a draft.
Yeah.
File by hand and then publish it. But I don't want it to. If I actually post it, I start sending web mentions.
Yeah.
and like it feels about it instantly, and I don't want it until it's ready. So I do like the draft, but only for blog posts. And there is actually a page in the extensions.
Two is an extension, I think.
Yeah. So okay, so get list of categories, not all sites, and then complete for text would be all nice thing to do. Clients can just keep track of that themselves. It's used in the client, but part of the spec as well. So that as I'm using a new client, it knows my tag automatically already. It's like a totally like not necessary thing. About
Features another WordPress only feature.
Okay.
Ever since, but people.
Yeah.
I do use
You
that.
use it? Yeah.
Yeah. That's WordPress.
Consuming featured images in various forms that like most add it now, like Facebook previews, Twitter previews, and Slack previews, and all that is essentially the featured image. It. And there's an experimental microperformance property for it too. I've never seen any posting interfaces that let you set that. But it would also be going to add there. Marza, is there a micro.blog? No, there's no editing support in that. I said.
Nope. Eventually it'll be good.
List of posts there, but you want to do that. Okay. So one I is in this case they didn't sign it. It's actually done part of it.
No, fine.
Like, that'd be nice, yeah. That is true, but, oh well, we'll just. But so it's, how the spec is set up is there is this document, which is now official recommendation. It can be changed. It lives in W3C land, and it specifies posts, but there's also this update feature, immediate endpoint, and then it talks about querying. Configuration, which tells and what are syndicate options. This seems like a natural fit to also include the category list, for example. It'd be super. I wouldn't put tags in this. So if you know what posts you want to edit, this is how clients can request the source of the post. Basically, do it. Get request. So Micropub is kind of like an XML RPC in that it's not REST. Telling it it's one endpoint, and then you tell it what command you're trying to run. For query, you use the queue. This is a query request, and then what is that you're trying to query. And then you give the URL of the post. Include microformats version, microformats JSON of content comes back either as text or as HTML formats, and anything else that the server wants to send back to the client. The vocabulary here is the vocabulary. same vocabulary that you use to create the post. Content. So what we need is a query for give me the list of posts. An outfit would be JSON, like an HTTP of these H entries. This is do here. If you look at any parsed page, you'll see a list of items, and then my card, but then there will be posts. Like an unsync format of my formats JSON the same way that would be returned in content. Here's a question. Do you need the full contents of each post in this response? Do you actually want the full contents? So the contents of the post until you click it, right?
But I think
So,
it's full.
Yes.
As it, I think the
Speaking for somebody a lot about how much data I'm using on mobile devices. The content. Where you can say, I only want
photos, so it's not going to be that much content.
Yeah, so it's worth having a comment for this. So,
for like thinking about that UI contents, that would basically have to go and call like the Q equals source on every single.
Which I mean is doing when you're in this interface. Like click one and then you can request it. It's just
Yeah.
But
if you just want to list, yeah, you generate it a lot faster. Think about whether or not you always need it. There's a way to say, right now I just consider they actually list the thing that I'll hold the whole time. Your smaller requests to the site.
It's going to take a while, which it does. If I hit reload on my site, it takes like. I don't disagree necessarily, but speaking, is it? I'm sure you would say, you know, text because otherwise the search box. Trade-off. I mean, I don't disagree, but like it is a trade-off. It's like if you get you can do things like search box live on the client. Things. Well, so are you thinking? Perspective. Yeah,
it's useful to say. Just give you the properties.
So we actually have this with watching individual posts. The client can say, give me, or just give me everything by not specifying these. For exactly that, because I have a way to edit posts on my site, but I do have, or to write posts on my site, I do have the ability to edit a few properties. This is my only inline thing else I use for Micropub. Actually, this is a built-in Micropub client, Micropub requests internally. I don't ever request the content of the posts in order to create this interface. This is requesting the date, the slug, tags, categories, and syndication. And then I can edit just those. I didn't want to have the whole HTML pulled in just to ignore it. So it made sense editing ones of recent posts as well of like properties of the posts, and that way you can request just the URL if it's just going to make a list. But then if it's going to index everything plus full contents, it also match the rest of the other.
I'm being consistent with what the SAR makes sense to me. I think as long as the server would also agree to for that, like the server might, some servers may just return everything, and like I think the client should be cool with that. Like if it says just give me the date, but it gives you everything, well, you got the date.
Look at that. Yeah.
And so like parties would be, you know, they would just leave that off then.
We're supposed to 45. WordPress intro here, web invention intro here. Okay, cool.
I didn't get a chance to ask if anybody was ever going to do venue or
Venues for things. Yeah.
a shared new API would help.
Oh, that's an interesting.
Publicly query your all this you check in and copy your venue, or even using you this.
I'm gonna just notes on that because those are good questions.
That's why it's in the brainstorming. Eventually, I'll get there.
I don't know if you have any notes to just to make sure we capture the returning categories.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like I like the idea that data is not long for config to return everything you need. Because I noticed with Syndicate, in one place that you do Q equal to get the syndication targets, I think the syndicates also usually are returned for Q equals config.
Mm-hmm.
Q equals config returns just almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's, you don't want to tax, but it'd be, that's what I started. My blog destination thing that we talked about in the
Oh yeah.
IRC, I just returned the destinations in Q equals config. Going longer.
That was a brief discussion. You want to with this because it seemed like it wouldn't be a huge and it seems like that is the next. Hopefully, we'll work on that. Cool. Let's.